what did you think about when you heard that we were gonna have to wait to continue being intimate after we had him? I think they said, was it like 6 weeks? How did you feel about that? Like prior, so I want you to tell me, how did you feel when you heard that? And then how did you feel experiencing it, like actually having to wait?
Being honest, cutthroat honest. All right, I didn't like it.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to talk about postpartum. And usually when we discuss postpartum, it's always coming from the women. But today we are going to talk to, oh my God.
Man.
We're going to hear it from the men's point of view because with our first child, I went through a lot when it comes to postpartum. I had a little bit of postpartum depression. I am currently experiencing postpartum hair loss, and it just really took a toll on me. I feel like it affected my personality and a number of things that put a strain on our relationship. So I'm just gonna ask him a few questions and see what he thought and what he thinks about postpartum.
Right, and this is coming straight from the dome. Nothing planned, nothing practiced, nothing thought about. So
okay, so the first question is, prior to us having our son, when you heard about postpartum, what did you think? Like, what did you think I was gonna experience, or did you think I was going to even go through any of that stuff at all?
All right, so my boo, she's very strong-minded, so I honestly thought that postpartum depression and all of the postpartum things that fit underneath that umbrella were all geared towards the mind. Yeah, I honestly thought that she was not going to be affected. I thought she'd have the little prince of ours here and then keep it moving, but little did I know, even the strongest man gets tired sometimes, and she was affected by it. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, I really did. I personally didn't think I was going to be affected by postpartum depression either, but usually it happens and you don't realize it. Like, somebody has to point it out to you, or you have had to do research prior to know what to look for, because I was starting to, it was more so starting to affect our relationship.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Because I would feel like tense, I would feel like sad, like so many different emotions, and it would come all of a sudden, and like I said, it would be geared towards him, and he would notice those types of things.
It will come out of nowhere. Trust and believe. Okay, so yeah, so it literally came out of nowhere. It caught both of us off guard, because she could be like, let's just say, you fell out a little bit.
Because I feel like he's doing it on purpose. Like, do you want your camera time?
Right.
Look at him. Yeah. He needs camera time. Okay, everybody look at Kenton. It's Mr. Kenton. Woo! Get your camera time in. Yay!
Go, Kitty, go.
Go, Kitty, go, go, go. Go, Kitty, go, Kitty, go, go, go. Go, Kitty, go, Kitty, go, go, go.
Little man.
That's his theme song.
Yeah. He usually gets really happy and excited.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so continue.
All right, as I was. So anyway, the postpartum symptoms would strike out of nowhere. She could be washing dishes. I can go use the bathroom, come back, boom. Something affected her for no apparent reason, and she honestly couldn't explain it. It was a lot of, I don't know where this is coming from. I wish that, I could tell you, but honey, I just don't know, And for me, I had to understand, but it was hard.
And then he laughed.
Like, not my mom. Yeah, but it was,
do you want that?
Right.
Goodness, you keep looking over at him.
I know. Come here, my man.
Okay, excuse my dress. I have, obviously, my life.
Yeah, but yeah, so it would strike her out of nowhere, but me as a husband, I had to do my best to constantly understand and not hold anything against her charge. So honestly, just being upfront, it's like a period on steroids to the 10th power, honestly.
Yeah, it really
You know,
is.
it really is. Like, she could be sad, she could be angry. Thanks be to God, she wasn't the angry type. It was more of the sadness, you know? And man, we just usually, it's in our nature to try to help, to try to fix things, right? So I would always make the mistake of doing my best to try to help her versus trying to understand what's really going on. You know, and eventually that kind of built up over time, and we had a discussion about that, but it was difficult. It was difficult. Things are leveling out now. Pretty much, I don't even notice it now, being honest with you. I really don't, unless I do something crazy, you know, then I'll notice it, but that's just her, you know?
I don't even think I'm affected anymore. Like, because we're in month 4, he's 4 months now.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't notice anything at all as far as me being like depressed or anything like that, because before it was bad. And like you said, it would come out of nowhere and it would just be like, for no apparent, it would be like the smallest thing literally would like set me off and make me so sad. And I couldn't explain it. It just would really have to like kind of run its course for me to get over it, because he couldn't make it better. I didn't know how to make it better. So, you know, I'm thankful that it wasn't really bad, you know, in terms of actual postpartum depression, you know.
Yeah. It's literally, as the man, it's like you're literally walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And no matter what you say, you cannot fight or beat them hormones.
No, you cannot.
And I honestly believe that. I didn't think that rule would apply to me, you know, but I was defeated and I got KO'd in every round. Woke up, got knocked out again, you know, so yeah.
Well, I will say it gets better for the men and the women out there that are watching this video. Women, be patient with yourself.
Yes.
Literally, you just had a baby and hormones are all over the place, and just be patient with yourself, because you know, like, what else can you do? And men, be patient with your wife. She just gave birth to your baby, and understand that she was sharing her body for 9 months. So just, you know, give some freaking grace.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, because
My Lord.
like, it's not easy, you know? So that's what I would say. Just always remember that it gets better. And I'm honestly telling myself that because we want another kid. So you gotta, you know, remember, like, okay, it gets better. It gets better. Next question is, in terms of my postpartum body, how did you feel about that? Because obviously my body changed a lot. It wasn't what it was when we got together. So how did you feel about that?
So, being upfront, and she would tell you this truth, I didn't even see it. Like, of course I saw it, but it didn't mean anything to me, because when we first met, I wasn't even basing our, you know, our love and our feelings as things grew on the physicality of her being, you know, and it was all a mental thing. It was all from the heart. So the body's gonna change, you know, so don't even be concerned about that. If her tummy or if her body bounces back, then it bounces back, but you constantly and continue to love her no matter what, because she's gonna need it. Don't forget, your turn is coming next, you know?
Yeah, my body did change a lot. I've always been super skinny, which, I mean, I still am, but I gained a lot of, not a lot, but I gained enough to where my body doesn't look the way that it does when we first met. I am fortunate that I slimmed up pretty quickly, but I still have a long way to go. But like he mentioned, you know, he didn't make me feel different at all. I think it was really hard at the very beginning, like, right, y'all there, I mean, like, you can read books, you can talk to other women, but nothing can really prepare you for postpartum. Nothing can prepare you for that. Like, literally, pregnancy, giving birth to him was nothing compared to postpartum. And when after we had him, and my stomach was literally jello, I'm saying, like, to the point to where you walk, every step you take, it jiggles like actual jello. I was not expecting that at all. My stomach was still dark. It was like, you know, I mean, I guess from the stretch, when it shrunk down, it was still dark. And then I got stretch marks that I didn't have when I was pregnant. They just like appeared on my stomach out of nowhere. So I was messed up. Mind you, like I said, I've always been skinny. So being bigger with stretch marks and a dark tummy, like, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I would go in the mirror, because you know, women that have had children, and if you haven't, get ready. You know, you have to kind of take care of that area down there. And every time I would go to the bathroom and take care of myself and look in the mirror, I literally like wanted to melt. Like I wanted to have a breakdown because I didn't like what I saw. It was depressing, and it made me feel like, I don't know. I mean, especially on top of the sleepless nights, I'm telling you, y'all, it was bad. It was bad. But like I said, though, he literally like did not make me feel different whatsoever. He loved me through it all. Like he told me I was beautiful, and he helped me too. Like I said, when I had to go to the bathroom to like take care of myself, he would come in there and help me. So that definitely played a part in getting over that, because I wasn't nobody. And that's the thing, everybody's body is different. So nobody can tell you like, oh girlfriend, you know, your butt is gonna get this wide, your boobs are gonna do this. Like, no, because you know what? I've always heard that my body, I was gonna get a butt and I was gonna get boobs when I had a kid. Heck no, that did not happen. My boobs are still small and my butt is still small. So nobody can tell you what's gonna happen to you. You have to experience it for yourself. But just remember that you are beautiful no matter what. You just brought a life into this world, and you are going to bounce back no matter how long it takes. You're gonna get back to where you were, and probably even better. Because I feel like moms are beautiful. Like he tells me all the time, he's like, you look like a legit mom now. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? Because it's a blessing to be a mom. It's a blessing to be able to bring a wonderful little sweet life into the world. Look at his little mouth, watch this. A wonderful sweet life into the world. But that's a blessing, literally it is. So to be told that you look like a mom, I just think it's awesome. And I really love to hear him say that to me. I don't think I've ever told you that before.
No.
Yeah. But did you have anything else you wanted to add to that one?
Yeah, correction. Her booty ain't small. She got it going on. All right.
Okay. It's small. It just jiggles, and he likes it. Next question. Okay. Okay. So next question. What do you think about my postpartum hair loss?
The postpartum hair loss is very troublesome for guys, that is, because you always have to clean up, like, you know, sinks and drains. But it just sucks watching your wife or your significant other go through the pain of losing the crown on her head, honestly, because you can't really say anything to her like it's gonna get better, when every time she goes to stroke the brush in her hair falls out into the sink with it, you know, so you can't really say anything about it. But it sucks, big time.
It does suck. And I really honestly didn't start noticing hair loss until, like, I would say like 2 months in.
Yeah. And
just like he said, I would go to brush my hair and so much would come out. And it was very depressing. It was scary as well, because I'm like, okay, you know, how long is this gonna go on? Eventually, is all my hair gonna fall out? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'd heard of postpartum hair loss before, but I had talked to my mom and my sister and my cousins, and nobody that I knew experienced it. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I'll be fine. But just like I mentioned, everybody is different. You have no idea what you're gonna experience until you experience it. And it hit me hard, because like he said, I've always been raised knowing or feeling like my hair is the crown, you know, on my head, and you need to take care of it. And to just randomly lose it, it's like one thing if you're gonna get a haircut, okay, cool, but to just lose your hair when you weren't prepared for it, it's depressing. It really is. But I will say, my advice for that would be start taking something for it early. even if you don't know if you're going to experience it or whatever, like if you've had kids before and you were fine, I would say start taking something, because I've heard that too, every pregnancy is different. Just because you didn't have it the first time with your first kid or whatever, you could have it with your next kid. So that's definitely what I'm gonna do with our next kid. Right now I'm taking liquid collagen, and it works like wonders.
Literally.
Like my hair even right now is, and I've only been taking it for like a month, if that, or maybe a couple weeks.
I say about 2.5.
Yeah, like my hair is so much thicker, and it doesn't shed like it did. Like the spaces where it fell out, it's growing back slowly, but I don't shed anymore like I did. Like literally every time I would brush, it would be like clumps coming out. You know, I was for like so scared to wash my hair. I went what was like 2 months without washing my hair because I was afraid. I was so scared. I told my husband, I was like, I don't want to wash my hair because I feel like when I get in there, like all of it's gonna fall out. That was my fear, of just like started like running the water through my hair and all of it's just gonna fall out in the bottom of the tub, and I would just lose it.
Yes,
you know?
It would literally appear as though she was losing everything. So I understood the fear that she was having. I'm like, I can't do anything to help. But then we found out about that liquid collagen.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, the hair that falls out now almost seems like
normal.
Yeah, the typical amount. You know?
Yeah. So like, were you ever afraid that I was gonna go bald?
All right, there's the backstory to this, but we'll talk about that later. I was just trusting and believing in the Lord that she wouldn't. Because I'm like, if she went bald, yeah, I would love her, but it's like, dang, for real.
He's like, I didn't sign up to be no bald girl.
I want to be, because I love to stroke her hair, and I don't want to be doing nothing like this.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Yeah, but I was afraid. You know, I was afraid I would joke around, but then I had to back off with the jokes with that, because I'm like, this is a touchy subject. So yeah, I was afraid, honestly, though.
Yeah. I was too. I was very afraid. Like, I don't even know. But thank God we found something that's helping, and like I said, I recommend that for any of you that are experiencing it. And also, I feel like if you guys want me to do like a journey of my postpartum hair loss, please let me know, because I'll be more than happy to do that. But I only want to do it if you guys would like to see that. So let me know in the comments below if that's something that you guys want to see. Okay, so the next question is, how did you feel? And we're kind of like bouncing too. Like at first I was kind of going in like chronological order, but now I'm just like going, you know, thinking of stuff and go. But anyway, what did you think about when you heard that we were gonna have to wait to continue being intimate after we had him? I think they said, was it like 6 weeks? How did you feel about that? Like prior. So I want you to tell me, how did you feel when you heard that? And then how did you feel experiencing it, like actually having to wait?
Being honest, cutthroat honest. All right. I didn't like it, okay, because I'm like, this is some straight up nonsense. You know, like what's gonna happen to the treasure box stretches? It's not gonna rip. That's what I thought, right? So then afterwards, I didn't know about the healing processes and that. And you know, for us men, nothing changes for us. We still have the testosterone and everything. We still want to go, if you know what I mean. But when your wife is hurting and things like that, and you visibly see you can't do nothing, she doesn't want to, it hurts for her to move. It's like, yo, what is it that I could do? You know? So yeah, it sucks because even though she had our little son, she was still sexy. So it's like I would see her every day, and it's like I would, you know, want my blessing every day per se. So it sucked, honestly. I didn't think it was really going to have to be this troublesome, but it was. But it taught me more in-depth patience per se.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say about that, because for women, like he said, we're going through some crazy stuff, and for me personally, that was the last thing on my mind. I did rip a little bit, like he said. I think it's called, isn't it episiotomy?
Something like that.
Yeah. But it was very, very tiny, and that was one of my biggest fears, y'all, because I'm small. And I'm like, if I'm gonna have his kid with this big old head, I'm thinking I'm gonna like rip. But thank God I didn't. Like I had a tiny tear, like closer to my bottom. And she stitched it up, she said so that way like I wouldn't like be in any pain or whatever. So that type of stuff is what we're thinking about. Like, oh God, when I go pee, it's like gonna burn. Like, okay, I gotta wipe gentle because it's gonna hurt. We're not thinking about forcing something in there. You know what I mean? So for guys, I'm pretty sure they're like he said, okay, my wife is still my wife. I want her. But you know, he easily and like quickly understood that I was going through something, so therefore he had to kind of put that on the back burner, and I respected that, and he wasn't like pushy, because I hear of a lot of people that get pregnant like soon after they have babies, and I'm not knocking that. You know, if that's what you want to do, go for it, because we actually do want our kids to be close in age, but I'm not trying to get pregnant until my body fully heals.
And you know, to interject for a second, honey, that's, you know, during the healing process, but there's also another part to it that none of the guys usually prepare for. The postpartum, like, hormonal imbalance per se, in terms of intimacy, right? Because her body's back. So now it's the guy who's like, hey baby, what's happening, you know? I'm just not feeling it. Wait, what? You know, so you gotta deal with that. You know, you just don't know how long it's gonna last. So you still have to be patient. You still, but moreover, understanding. You know, because me, being honest, it was difficult. Because I'm like, yo, hey, he's good, you're good. What's stopping you? You know, but I didn't understand or factor in the fact that this hormonal imbalance was literally messing with her body. She couldn't, you know, yeah. So you just gotta prepare for that.
Yeah.
Keeping PG, you know?
Literally though, like I feel like you just need to be in tune with your wife and be in tune with your husband and have open, like honest communication, you know, because if the wife is not voicing how she really feels physically, the husband's just gonna think that she's coming up with excuses, you know? And like vice versa, like, you know, if a husband's like super pushy, you know, he needs to express like, okay, I'm feeling you right now, I want you. And then, you know, I just feel like you just need to be like open and honest on both ends, so that way it doesn't push you guys away from each other, because I feel like it really could. Oh my gosh. That and finances, biggest breakup in marriages. Yeah. And I see why. Whew. To have and to hold, they say, right? So this is just one of those moments, just gotta push through it. Yeah. You know? So my last question to sum up this video is, do you think that everything was worth it from beginning to end? And do you think it was worth it to the point to where you would go through it again and have another baby? You know what? As I hold him in my hands and in my arms right now, hear his little breath, hear your beautiful voice, and us making this video about this beautiful blessing and the growth that happened with us, heck yeah. You know, if anything, I saw a post the other day that said, I asked the Lord to make me into a better man, to help me to become a better man. Well, what did he do? He sent me my wife. You know, so I asked the Lord to become a better man. What did he do? He sent me my wife and a son. You know, so it just gets better from here on out. Everything that, whether you're a man or a woman that you go through, is going to help contribute to your spiritual growth as well as your personal growth, you know? So you will grow out of this if you have the right perspective. Now, if you're immature, you're just gonna tear everything up, you know? So I will go through it again. I'll go through it again. Yeah. I really would. I would too. Like, they talk about, I don't think I reached that point where they say that you forget. I haven't forgotten nothing. I remember what contractions feel like. I remember what getting the epidural felt like, which it wasn't bad. But I remember postpartum, like the healing. Oh my gosh, and I didn't mention, guys, either, like, I don't know, maybe I should have done a whole separate video about this stuff, but like, you have contractions after you have your baby too. Like, cause your stomach, your uterus is like getting smaller, going back to, and honestly, I don't even know if it goes back to the original size. I don't know. But anyway, it's shrinking. So you have to, not now, not at this point, but like up until like maybe with like 2 weeks or so, you still have contractions. So like, it's a whole thing. And it was a lot, but it was worth it, because nothing can compare to having a tiny human that's yours.
A tiny human.
Like, I really don't think anything compares to that. Like, it's the best thing in the world, and watching him grow, it's so awesome. Like I said, he's 4 months now, and it goes by so fast, you know. I feel like soon he'll be like 1, and we'll miss out on stuff like this, you know. So I do think that it was all worth it, and I would do it again, just like that. Yeah, I would. Yeah, but that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that we were able to give you guys a little bit of insight on postpartum from a woman and a man's perspective. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be back with more videos. Bye.